Hello, Ryari Fushimitsu here. Welcome to Let's Play Ape Escape 2 Part 13. So, of course, we're going to continue on through this moon base, this very familiar looking moon base. I swear we passed through this exact same part several times already, but, or maybe it's some sort of looping level, makes us have to go a certain way to get past the next part, but no, this game doesn't do that. It just makes you, it's very repetitive, makes you play for the same types of levels. Well, it does mix up a little bit, as we'll see here. There are actually some parts where you have to jump on these flying, or not really flying, these moving in and out platforms. You have to jump on them. I recommend using the Sky Flyer if you don't want to fall through that. And of course, these are useless, or mostly useless water cannon. Again, it's only useful at certain parts of the game, and that's just about it. To put out the fires here and wonder why they even light fire on the moon in the first place, or light fire in a highly oxygenized area in the first place. That seems like something they should never do in a moon base, but they did it here. And so, well, we captured Darth Apester, and now we're going to capture this next guy here. His name is, I think his name is, well, we're going to see what his name is in a sec. Yeah, it's Obi-Wan Kenobi. Yeah, we'll capture him. I believe those references only exist in this European version of the game. This is the European version of the game, which is, by all means, a more superior version of Ape Escape 2. So we're going to have to do some more riding here, where we have to, like, make our magnet attached to this magnetic platform. We have to sit here and wait for it. It doesn't give us any obstacles, anything to do when we're on there. No, we just have to sit there and ride on these things. It's like some kind of ride at some place. It's almost like this place is branded as being a theme park, or would get branded as a theme park eventually in the future if this moon base survives the outcome of this game. I don't even remember what happens to this moon base in the end of this game. I don't know. They see there's a flamethrower thing or a flying going around. Look at that, it captured the monkey easy. We captured Luke Ape Walker easy. He was captured in just... he's probably the least threatening red monkey or red pants monkey in this game. And so now we're going to have to use our magnet to bring this bomb, this very Acme looking cartoon bomb, over to that door so it will explode in time. It doesn't really show an actual time limit of when it's going to explode. Just know based on the bomb, you see where the fuse is, where it's slowly burning to the actual bomb portion itself, the Acme bomb portion itself. It's getting very close to exploding. I seem to move it in front of the door, and then once it's in front of the door, we'll just run away and don't look at the explosion. See how cool guys never look at explosions? And there. Actually, I barely survived that one, actually. I almost got blown up. It doesn't even make a lot of sound when the bomb blows up. It's like a very subtle sound. It almost sounds like something out of that Disruptor game when you have that, when you have that weapon. What is it called? I forget what that weapon was called. That a weapon in Disruptor. I love that. Shoots out little homing bombs. It makes like a very subtle, like sound of saying that. And you can destroy both enemies in that game in like 1 or 2 hits. It's actually really powerful in that sense. Yeah, for some reason I didn't use it that much when I played through Disruptor. So there's still some monkeys in here. And oh, look at this. A very elaborate. Looks like this definitely does look like something that would belong on a moon base. Pretty nice. We have to ride these platforms through an intricate web of these other platforms. A lot of this is just simply waiting. You just have to wait for it to come, connect to it, and they move very slowly too. It's like, woo, yeah, it moves very slowly. I've seen old people drive buses a lot faster than these things move around. And when you get into the proper spot, you let go. It's all about timing. There's a lot of timing and like trying to get thing and accuracy. Well, not so much accuracy. I mean, you don't have to like hit it. Like the hit detection is actually pretty good. You could hit it from an angle or hit it straight on, and it will still allow you to attach to the platform, so you can still ride the platform pretty much. You're not boarding the platforms like in Smash Brothers. We're actually riding the platforms. We're stuck on there. Let's have the controller stuck on it. So I just have the way it's the right analog stick in the up, and it's pressed upwards right now. Just holding it like that until we get to the destination, which is actually marked here by coins, by 2 coins. Yeah, like 2 coins. It's totally worth a lot in this game, those 2 measly little coins. And so this would be a nice place to bring a book, maybe, or maybe you have a coffee with you. You might want to drink some of your coffee for a bit, maybe, because you're going to be needing it in this level, because, you know, you're going to be needing to... I mean, I haven't had a coffee in months. I haven't had a coffee at all this year, so I wouldn't be drinking coffee. But I don't know, probably drink. I know, maybe I could crack open a non-alcoholic beer and maybe sip on that for a bit while I Yeah, while I wait for this, because this isn't even almost like playing a game for the most part. This is more like watching a movie, a boring movie, than playing a game. Or it's almost like that PlayStation developer's demo Discord. It's like an interactive movie almost. Only there is an objective here. It's just to simply let the magnet platforms take you to your destination. Why'd this level have to be so long? This level is extremely large. And it's filled with berries. So I remember back in the first game, the last level, is this large like track you could run on, and then enemies come after you, and you have to jump through an intricate thing over in orbit of Earth, and you fall to Earth. They should have done something. I mean, I know they don't want to reuse the same thing over and over again, but I still think this game would have been better if they did something more like that. I mean, the original Ape Escape didn't have us riding on metallic or magnetic platforms at a very slow rate. Maybe they dumbed down the demographic for this one a bit more. Maybe they thought, maybe old. The only people that play this game are kids and old people, and they don't care about stuff like this. I don't know, maybe they were thinking about that. I don't know, I have no idea what that even was for this game anyways. I doubt anyone cared back in 2003 when this game came out. It's still a pretty good game overall, though. It still is really good. It's just not as good as the original, or it tries to be like the original, but just doesn't do it as well. Because the original is hard to top, so maybe they figured, we can't top the original, so don't even try. We're not even going to try to top the original. And so, I have no idea how many monkeys I've captured in this level. It doesn't tell you how many monkeys you've captured. It just simply says capture Spectre, because Spectre's apparently the main target of this level. But look at that, another robot battle scene. Like, we haven't had enough of these already. Well, actually, whenever we had one in the Vita Z Banana Factory, we're having another one now. Robot battles are pretty good, and they're going to reuse these in the next game as well, too. Only they'll be done better. Like everything. Like, Ape Escape 3 pretty much is the same thing as Ape Escape 2, but it's just way better and way more original and way more unique. Which is what any Ape Escape game should really be. Each game should be more unique and original. I mean, I know Capcom tried doing stuff like that with Mega Man games. They tried adding a sense of uniqueness to each game. They tried to add more things to each game. In fact, the first 6 Mega Man games came on the NES, and Mega Man 6 is like a world of difference compared to the first Mega Man. The same system, yet they were able to make it so much more, so much more like advanced and so much more elaborate and things. That's quite impressive, actually, that original NES system was capable of. And Mega Man definitely does push the limits to a reasonable amount, to a point where it's not like going above what the system is capable of doing, but at the same time, it does make good use of what the system is capable of, which that's what it should have been used for, is for simple 2D games like Mega Man that could still be very complex at the same time, and very challenging as well, too. So we're going after one of these blue monkeys. These dark blue monkeys are known to be really fast, and for some reason that one got a rocket launcher somehow. I don't know how a blue monkey like that got a rocket launcher, but somehow he did. And now he's going to be running fast and shooting out rockets behind his back. Yeah, rockets behind his back. It's definitely what we want in a monkey that could run, let alone a monkey that could run really fast. And has like extreme reflex for as soon as he fuses. I don't think they also added, I think I noticed too, they also added dialogue boxes to monkeys in this game. You actually could see like an exclamation mark, kind of like something out of an old comic strip or something like that. But then again, a lot of people don't seem to know what those are anymore. Do people even read comic strips anymore? I mean, I'm sure people know what they are now because of how ingrained they are into our society. Do people actually seriously read those still? I don't know. I started drawing comic strips again recently. I mostly draw comic strips for like this series called The Untitled Free, which is a series that contains my Jason character, Supotown 70s creator's Mark character, and of course Duty Dreamer's Kagi character. And then there's also another comic strip that I recently got involved with too, called Pals Beyond. I'm not really allowed to draw stuff for it yet, but I did one of my characters, Mason from Jason, and Mason is a character in that series, so yeah, that does look good. Some monkeys could really hide easily in this part of the level. We're in the last part of the level. Yeah, it's about time we finally get to the last part of this level. This level's taking all the time. It took like 23 minutes to get through this level. That's longer than an episode of Seinfeld. That's longer than most stuff on TV these days. And again, most people don't even watch TV anymore these days anyway, so I don't think anyone really cares about that. I think we captured just about all the monkeys, or most monkeys in this level. There's at least one monkey in this level I know that's not possible to get right now, because you need the thing we're going to get after we beat the game the first time around to break him out of there. I know he's here somewhere. Yeah, see you, my monkey radar showing me. Oh, Neo. Yeah, Neo. We're going after Neo. Another pop culture reference. I mean, this game came out in 2003. I think that was the same year, if I remember correctly. It's the same year the last two Matrix, the two other Matrix movies, two other movies in the Matrix trilogy came out in that year. And they both came out 4 years after the first one, which also came out in 1999, which is also the same year the original Ape Escape came out. there was some sort of connection between those years or something like that. Yeah, like, I often find connections between different years. I find a lot of years often have things in common with each other. Like, I find 2002, 2007, 2012 had a lot in common with each other. Simply because Spider-Man movies came out in those years, and a lot of other comic book, not so much 2002, but 2007 there was quite a bunch of superhero movies that came out in that year. And then there was And then 2012 was full of it too, of having the first Avengers movie and Amazing Spider-Man, and then there was The Dark Knight. The Dark Knight Rises, I think, came out in that year. 2012 was really full of. I actually do find connections between different years. It's almost like years are almost like, how would I say, it's almost like different years themselves are like sentient beings that somehow react to each other on like certain, or interact with each other in some certain levels, certain things. I don't know, it's like a bunch of weird, it's almost like stuff that pertains to astrology almost. Astrological factors probably has something to do with it, most likely. And so I hit that button there. I think that's going to, I think it's going to allow me to, yeah, see, it's going to open up that door right there. It's going to allow that, or yeah, it's going to allow that thing to be unlocked pretty much. So I could climb up there and get to the next part of this level. Because the game does have, I mean, the first game did a lot of that too, where you have to hit a button or hit a switch or something like that. It opens up a door. So there's a bounty hunter monkey up there, which is something we still haven't got yet. But we are going to capture, as I keep saying before, we are going to capture every single monkey in this level. Not necessarily in this run, because it's not possible to capture every monkey in this run, but we will in time capture every single monkey. You see the moon below us? Like last time we saw Earth below us, now we're seeing the moon below us. If we fall, we'll fall to the moon. I wonder how bad that is, falling to the moon. I mean, gravity on the moon is different than it is on Earth. It's a lot weaker on the moon than it is. I mean, if you, I mean that's a lot, but then again, a lot of games seem to have moon physics. We seem to base a lot of things around the moon. Like, I know Twisted Metal Small Brawl seems to have a lot of moon physics, almost as if the game was set on the moon, almost like the game is like they're being played on the moon. But this game doesn't really seem to have that. We're actually on the moon right now, and the physics seem to be exactly the same. So yes, we captured Boba, and encased in that thing right there, there was another monkey in there. We can't capture him yet. We'll capture him later when we get the gadget, the special gadget for beating the game. And that other, the monkey that's captured in there. I think that's the last monkey in this level. I'm pretty sure there aren't any other monkeys in this level. At least none that I know of. I did carefully scan for all of them. We do get a special scanner result to a different type of scanner. Actually, that's actually part of our, like when you go in the first person. If you haven't really done it much in this Let's Play, well, you press the, I think it's the L2 button. You can go, or you go into a first person view, and it can actually help point out where monkeys are hiding and things like that. Well, that's another gadget we're going to get after we beat this game the first time, and it will come in handy for capturing some of the last monkeys in this game. And then after that we could, well, I think I'm just going too far ahead of myself now, but yeah, well, you get my point. There's still a lot of stuff to do in this game. This game is still, we may be at the last level of this game, but this game is still far from over. There's still a lot left that have to happen in this game. The people who make this game really want to feel that people are getting their money's worth when they buy these games and play these games. You want people to be satisfied in that sense, that they're actually getting something that's good, and that's exactly what they're getting. If you're buying this game, you're getting a good experience. You're getting a lot of good fun and good enjoyment and entertainment. And I guess they succeeded at that. At least the game was entertaining. Sure, it might not be as good as the first one, but at least it was an entertaining experience. And to them, maybe that's all that matters to them, is that it's just fun and entertaining. This is Ryari Fushimitsu, signing out.